Time to start the weekend in style. Two elite centers from tip-off to the final buzzer, Grant. We should have a battle on our hands tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. And, you know, in games like this, it's important to give space for your big guys to compete. The last thing you want is to overcrowd the paint and end up taking an elbow.
Here's the starting group for Portland. Inside, we'll see Kamara and Klingon. Denny Avdia out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Grant in at the 3 spot. Now here's Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. Randall outside. Shot clock at 5. Wing shot on the way. And the shot falls short that time. Now Grant. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Pass to Avdia. Klingon with a screen from outside the arc. And Avdia good for 3.
What you love about Denny Avdia, this guy can score in a multitude of ways.
Now here's McDaniels. Fires from deep. Avdia pulls it in. Holiday against DiVincenzo. Holiday passes to Avdia. And here's Grant. Minnesota with a rebound. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the score by Minnesota. Grant's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Doris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric, but beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the three-pointer by Minnesota. Back to Holiday. The 3 is up. Again, the miss by Portland. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Blazers and came away with a win.
The last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Grant. This one for 3. Doesn't go for him. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
Now Klingon. Off the outside. Pass to Holiday. Klingon with a screen to halt the run. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
At 7'2", Klingon is very comfortable in the paint, and he can just own that area.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Randall outside. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Now here's Gobert. Pass to Randall. 3-pointer. Drops in the 3. Randall's got 6.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The T-Wolves on top, leading by 5. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Mike Conley out there with Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Williams finds Henderson. He takes it in. Outside for Love. Misses the 3. Minnesota leading by 5. Conley passes to Ingles. And here's Randall, defended by Murray. Outside Reed. Jacks up a 3. Portland with a rebound. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
Hey, their activity on defense was terrific. It was just full effort at that end of the floor and a bunch of blocks to show for it.
The best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. All right, Doris, when you're talking about the type of player who comes off the bench, what kind of player do you like best in that 6-man role?
I mean, for me personally, I love guys who can keep pressure on the defense with their scoring ability. Somebody who can shoot with range or put it on the deck, because then your offense doesn't take a step back.
Edwards, he's checked in for Ingles. Then for Portland, Kamara, he's checked in for Williams. Avdia comes in for Henderson. And Holiday subbed in for Love. Outside Edwards. Pass to Dosunmu. To the left wing. Randall inside. Kamara on him. Oh, swiped away. Now here's Avdia. He's covered by Dosunmu.
Well, Avdia has some size, and he uses it to get up and around the rim. What a finish.
Now here's Edwards. Tight defense on him. Count it. Good.
Showing off the touch with the exquisite finger roll.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Up top, Edwards. Doing damage on offense. He's averaging about 29.5 a game. For 3, Conley. And it's Portland with a rebound.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Holiday surveying the floor. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. Unloads. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Portland has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. It's Avdia on the wing. And the 3 off target. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Dosunmu for 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing.
Sissoko passes to Avdia. There's 25 seconds left to play in the half. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
Well, we know this guy is always a threat offensively. You can't lose sight of him.
Edwards. Edwards taking on all comers.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact, doesn't bother him.
Holiday against Conley. Outside Holiday. And that one's good. Holiday's got 5 points now this quarter. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 1. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Chris Finch. And, Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. Right off the bat, let's see which games are still to come tonight. And let's do something we never, ever, ever do, and that's go off topic.
What topic?
So we don't have a topic, Shaq?
Isn't that a topic? Being off topic?
Well, that was more no topic than off topic, but that's all the time we have for this topic, thankfully. Getting to that first half of action from Minnesota, they find themselves in the middle of a tight one.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big time home court advantage here.
Some of the loudest fans in this league. It's like having a sixth man on the floor. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Deni Avdija getting it done today.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Durant is the 3 with Kamara in the front court as well. Avdija out there with Jrue Holiday. And it's Clingan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the stats for Jrue Holiday only tell half the story, Doris.
Yeah, they may not even tell half the story. Jrue Holiday is one of the most unique and gifted defensive players we've ever seen. Make him check 1 through 5, he can do all that. Change the game with his defensive ability, he can do that. This guy is special.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
We've seen this before, folks. Anthony Edwards takes it right at the defense, and they have to get physical with him.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
That one's off.
Well, you just watch Anthony Edwards continue to progress. This guy gets better and better every year.
And he sinks the second. Here's Holiday. He's got 5. Pass to Clingan. Over to the left wing. Outside Holiday. For the lead. Knocks down the triple. Holiday's got 8.
Yeah, by most standards, Jrue Holiday is very selective with his three-point shooting, but boy, he can knock it down.
Here's Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. 7 points for Anthony Edwards.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. players who have been dialed in since the All-Star break. The leaders in shooting percentage. Rudy Gobert on top.
As the season goes on, his shooting has really impressed, making the most of every look he gets at the hoop.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Avdia outside. Back to Holiday. Portland moving it around. Here's Grant. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
McDaniels with the defensive presence twice on the pipes.
And they pick up 2. McDaniels gotten his second bucket of the game. Blazers trail by 3. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, B.A. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
3 on the clock. Here's Kamara. Cranes the triple. Kamara's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
Pass to Gobert. Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall, the pass to Gobert. Gobert hammers it home.
All too easy for Mr. Gobert in the painted area. Nicely done.
Off the outside. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Left side, Holiday. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's Portland scoring again.
Over the years, Drew Holiday very willing to take those mid-range opportunities.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, Doris, when you analyze the skill set of Drew Holiday, what do you think he brings to this team?
I mean, it's hard to capture in one particular skill, B.A. We know that Drew Holiday is elite and versatile on the defensive end. You can put him for positions 1 through 5, and he can guard them. On the offensive end, teams are going to give him shots, and his ability to stand in and calmly make those shots is invaluable.
Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Julius Randle. DeSumo, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo. Then for Portland, Murray comes in for Klingon. And it's Scoot Henderson in for Avdia. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Reed sets a screen, releases, and the basket by DeSumo. DeSumu's got 5 points.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Grant's shot is off.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Portland with a rebound. Next up, they'll face the Nuggets in Denver. That'll put the finishing touches on a 5-game road trip. Grant against Edwards. Grant outside. Over Edwards. No good. Would have counted had it gone. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The T-Wolves on top, up 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Bones Highland out there with Dosunmu. And it's Phillips in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Outside Reed. Let's go with a 3. Avdia pulls it in. Avdia's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Love. Back to Avdia. They set the screen. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Boy, guys, when you think of Deni Avdia, great positional size, versatile on both ends of the floor, and he's unafraid of the big stage.
Throw good, Avdia, and Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Phillips. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Dosunmu. And it's DiVincenzo in for Highland. And both free throws good for Avdia. Here's DiVincenzo. Randall, a screen on Holiday. Pass to Randall, and here's Edwards. Takes a 3. Oh, the shot is off. Trailblazers lead by 3. Now here's Avdia. Grant! Misses the 3!
You know, things haven't clicked for him offensively, but other guys around him, give them credit. They're filling in the gaps.
McDaniels a screen. DiVincenzo fires. And the 3 misses. And so Holiday will bring it up for Portland. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
And a high-effort play from Clingan, using his power to overcome the interior defense.
Edwards. Randall outside. Shoots a 3. Shot's no good.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
Grant. Here's Holiday. Let's loose for 3. Now Grant. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. From deep. Gobert pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 5. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with a big bucket.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
What an important hoop for Clingan.
Avdia against Edwards. Avdia with a steal. Here's Grant. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Holiday. Holiday doubled up. Deni Avdia. No good from 3.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Now McDaniels. He launches. Holiday with the rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
free throw is good, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Stellar work at the charity stripe, trying to build out this lead.
And Minnesota calls time here. They're down by 7. Here's McDaniels. Launches it from deep. The three is in.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Drew Holiday.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And Minnesota calls time here. They're trailing by 6. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Here's Randall, beyond the arc. It's money from deep.
I'll tell you, totally fluid mechanics by Jaden McDaniels. Ready in the catch-and-shoot situation, folks.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Drew Holiday.
one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Randall outside. Fires the 3. Oh, it doesn't go. So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Jeremy, as this team approaches the postseason, can you use wins like this to generate some momentum and find some chemistry?
Yeah, definitely. We're getting into playoff mode soon, getting closer to the end of the season, so I just want to prepare, get ahead of this thing.
Nothing like playoff mode, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jrue Holiday.